RDTDaily.com presents a Tarabuster with comedian Tara Devlin.
All right, where is everybody? Hello, guys. I see the chat room filling up. Nice to see you. I see JD. Thank you for checking us out, coming back. Not checking us out. Thank you for everything you do, JD. You have already checked us out, and you're here to stay, I hope. Nice to see you, Jonathan, and everyone else who are coming to the show tonight, who are you better get your ass here. It's going to be a good one. All right, this is Tara Devlin, unapologetic liberal talk on the right side of history, decency, dignity, democracy, humanity. Thank you so much for hanging out. This is our regular Friday evening get-together. Once again, I have to apologize for not being able to do a show during the week. I kind of warned you guys it was going to be, because I overbooked myself on freelance work. As you know, I'm a freelancer to keep the lights on in Tarabuster Studios, and I fear that if I say no, I'll never work again. So, they won't call me or something. So, okay, now I'm already getting guys, tell me how the stream is going. I'm already getting a goddamn warning, a yellow warning that it's not YouTube isn't receiving enough video to maintain smooth fucking streaming already. Oh, God in heaven. All right, how come this doesn't happen to others? I don't know. Do they have Spectrum? I have Spectrum. It's not the best. Okay, listen. Thank you, Charlie, from APS Radio News, for all of your support of the show and your support of the community, cats. That also means the world, and I really don't know what I'd do without you, really. Thank you so much for, this is how it goes. People come to the show, they stay. It's a matter of getting the word out. So thank you, Charlie, for all you do to do that, to help keep the show going and growing. And nice to see you there, Haiku. Thank you so much for being a moderator. And Jim, for your super chat and being a moderator, too. So, all right, let's get to work. It's been a long time since, I feel like, it's been a week. A week is too long between shows. I agree. And that's what sucks. I need to keep, you need to be consistent, of course. I need to just do more. I don't know. I gotta sleep sometime, though. All right, listen, I'm not gonna keep apologizing, but if you can become a patron, that'll help at patreon.com. Oh shit. Just dropped my phone. Patreon.com/Tara Devlin. And thank you for all your support, okay? And I thank you, patrons. I know you're there. I see you. I see you in the chat room, too. All right, where do we begin? We have a lot to talk about, and this is why we need to do a show at least once during the week, because it never ends. And I'm getting very anxious about the election, because not that I don't think that normal people will prevail, as we always ultimately do. I know for a fact. We could see it. They're gonna cheat. They're going to try to steal it. They're trying to foment chaos. They're already starting. And I'm sure you saw right before we went on air today, the Georgia legislature. No, they're not even a legislator. What am I talking about? This Georgia Election Bureau, they're there to cause chaos. And that's it. They passed a new rule, which, if this were Republicans, if Democrats were passing rules less than 90 days before the election, the Republicans would be having a fit, as they always have fits no matter what. But I don't understand how this is legal. And the thing that's really, and if I didn't explain it correctly, just so I don't get ahead of myself, the Republicans in Georgia, who Trump is naming at his rallies, calling them out by name, saying they're doing an amazing job, these are great people, because they're trying to rig it for their dear leader, for this con man. And you know what? This is, as I'm saying this, I'm thinking, these people have to know what they're doing. I mean, have to know what they're doing is wrong. If you're on the side that has to pull every dirty trick out of the book and rewrite the dirty tricks for a new goddamn book, and you're doing it to stop your fellow Americans from voting, for merely to cause chaos, to throw the election in turmoil so you could steal it illegitimately despite receiving fewer votes. Don't you know? You must know somewhere in there what a traitor you are, what a dirtbag you are, what a horrible anti-American Putin puppet dirtbag waste of human DNA you are. And how dare you? How dare you call yourself a patriot and go to a rally with this filthy con man who calls you out as if, he would soon enough throw you under the bus with the rest of them. You're nothing but a tool for this filthy traitor who is in the process of trying to steal this election. That's it. Illegitimately, because Republicans don't care about fairness or having a functioning democracy that works for all. As we see, they don't care for anyone who's not them. Look at what's going on in Springfield, which is another thing we'll talk about. And what's stressing me, and in general, just the whole notion that this filthy, disgusting J.D. Vance scumbag, this chameleon dirtbag enabler, and his con man, it's not even a hero, America's Hitler. I gotta get a list of more adjectives to call them, or whatever, more descriptors, because it's they're scraping the bottom of the barrel, of course, and that's what they are. Yes, the black Nazis for Trump. Jim on the chat. We'll talk about that too, because Mark Robinson is living proof. And for those who don't know, I don't know what is. I know JD is in the chat, who's from England, and not sure if they're getting this news over there about the lieutenant governor of Georgia who's running for governor, and he's he's been caught in the act of being himself. Again, unearthing old social media posts where he's on this porn site every day, and he also hung out in a porn store every single day. And of course, he denies it all, even though I don't know how the people in the porn store are so familiar with him, and they have pictures with him and everything. But they said he was there every single day, like it was his only job. But he wrote on these porn sites that he's a black Nazi, and we'll get to that, and also that he had a fond memory of stalking or spying on women in a gym shower. I mean, this is who they are. As I've said a million times, that they really do need help. That's the problem. And for Robinson, who is a man with darker pigment, right? He's a black Nazi. But it proves my point that Republicans, if you're a member of a minority group, if you're not a straight acting white male and you're a member of a minority group in the Republican Party, you're required to be, and you must be, I guess you are. So, I guess it works out then. But you have to be a bigger misogynist or racist or homophobe or anything that you are. You have to be the bigger hater of that thing. You have to hate yourself. You have to, like George Santos. We played a clip back in the day. Remember him? He's going to prison soon, right? Like hopefully the con man, his hero traitor Trump will be following him hopefully soon. But he gave interviews. He's supposed to be, he's just a human shield for Republican anti-gay hatred, of course. This is, and women, Republican women are the human shields for misogyny, Republican misogyny. black Republicans are the human shield for Republican anti-black, racism and all that. But what was I fucking saying now? So many things going on in my head. No, I'm talking about the Robinson and having to be a bigger misogynist than the Republican. It's just bigger misogynist, bigger racist, bigger, self-loathing tool who hate. And that's why I say that Republicans, they have no business being in the halls of power. They should be in the halls and hopefully in the offices of a mental health facility. Because they need help, and they should stop inflicting their manias on society, and the world would be a better place. That's it. All right, hold on. Yeah. So yeah, if only they would get help for their bottomless, never-ending manias. Not that people have problems. It's part of life. If you are you have to, what should I say? If you have any sense of, if you want to have a successful life, you got to take, and it's like being in recovery. You take that fearless and searching moral inventory of yourself and you figure out what's working, what's not working. Republicans don't do that. They take a fearless and searching whatever, they're not even fearless. They take a fearful inventory of everybody else and what everybody else should do, what society should do, and that'll fix them. That's how they that's how they address their cornucopia of problems, issues, self-loathing, which is really sad. We live in this one life, and I know that come on, give me a break. You're not getting a mansion in heaven, okay? You're not. You're just not. If anything, you'll get a meth lab shack in Mitch McConnell's district in heaven, but not a mansion. Nobody's getting a mansion. But, but that's why they I don't know what it is, they feel like if everyone gets in their place, that's the Republican way. The beatings will continue until morale improves. And if everybody else does what they say, that if you live the world the way Republicans see it, but it's in a fantasy land. They're living in some kind of Leave It to Beaver fantasy land that never existed on Leave It to Beaver. Leave It to Beaver is a TV show. It was a constructed reality from men who sat around writing about what their neighborhood should look like. And you notice that it's all white people. It's all, the kids get into harmless hijinks. No one has any real problems, right? There's no cancer happening. There's no sexual assault. There's no, real problems that people face. Poverty, finances, whatever it might be. Job loss, that never happens in the mythical fantasy land that Republicans want to drag us all back to. But you see, all right. Let me focus here. Let's get earlier today. And here's an example. Earlier today, I have that Citizen app. I'm not sure if you've heard of it. You probably have. It's really filled with right wingers. It's an app that tells you like what's going on, crime related in your neighborhood. So some horrible thing happened today, and the NYPD were looking for this dirtbag who punched an 81-year-old lady who was walking her dog on the Upper West Side. Horrible incident by who the hell? Probably, really, we'll find out with the issue, but most likely someone who was mentally ill. And because I don't know the whole story, but you could say that, Republicans who emptied our mental hospitals and, put us into a situation like this. But anyway, And the fact that we don't have health care or, universal health care. And then Republicans are always talking about mental health, how we have to do something about mental health, but they do shit whenever Democrats bring up a bill or any bill contains anything for mental health. They go against it. They'll say, "Oh, Democrats are they just throw money at everything." Well, what the fuck else do you do, assholes, in Congress? Throw money at things. They only throw money into Trump's gaping lie hole, the bottomless pit of need and greed. But as far as throwing money at problems, to create the organizations or the services that people need, they disparage that, of course. Oh, you're throwing money. But anyway, so this woman, I don't know if they caught the guy yet. I hope he did. I hope they did. They had his picture out there. Yeah, it was a senseless attack. This poor woman, 81 years old. She's fucking walking a dog, and some dirtbag, he bashes her in the side of her head, and her head hits the side of this building, and she falls. And it's terrible. They don't show that in the thing. They just have clips of the guy's face. But of course, instead of waiting for all the facts to come in, everybody wants that piece of shit arrested and charged and put away. But all on the Citizen app there's so many Trumpanzees. The Citizen app is really ground zero for them. It's right up their alley because it tells them what a scary world we live in. And they could go off. And it doesn't take much because they can hide behind the veil of anonymity on there. They're all with accounts like 1, 2, 5, 8, 3, boo, boo. There's no identifiers in there. But all the comments, and I should stay out of the comment section because they're in there. And they're like, deport him now. Deport him. Like all caps, just deport him now. Deport him now. And others, deport him? We don't know anything about him. We don't know if he's what he is. Is he an American? Why are you assuming he's somebody who is deportable? Right? But that's besides the point. You understand what I'm trying to get to is that they don't care. This person, he wasn't African American. He was darker pigmented. I don't know what he is. No, you can't tell that much. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. But he's probably an American. But it's the point is that they don't care. As we see in Springfield, they're going after legal immigrants. These Haitians, they don't give a shit that they're here legally, that they were invited to the city of Springfield to help revitalize their economy. They don't care that immigrants as a group, commit far less crime than native-born Americans. Of course they do. Because you don't want to get in trouble, especially undocumented immigrants. Now, two entirely different things. The Haitian immigrants, they're not migrants. They're given temporary protective, permanent status here because they were escaping their what was it? The earthquake I can't remember what happened, but they're here legally. That's the point. So they're not migrants. They're not here. They didn't cross the border illegally, but that doesn't matter. The point is, they'll see somebody with a little bit of darker pigment. That's not real America to them. They're not actually American. When they talk about real America, what do you think they're talking about? Who are they talking about? They're talking about white people. That's it. They're not talking about anybody else. And as we can see with the Haitian immigrants in Springfield. Hold on a second. We'll be right back. This is Tara Devlin. with the Haitian with okay, J.D. Vance attacking and Trump and the rest of these maggots, these domestic terrorists, targeting these Haitian immigrants. This is supposed to be J.D. Vance's constituents. He's supposed to be representing them. And instead, they're terrorizing this entire community. Now, I don't understand, really, how much Republicans have to hate themselves to keep voting Republican. The average Joe Republican. Do you think they're going to wake up now and say, it doesn't matter? First they came for what? The trade unionists. First they came for the Haitians, right? But I wasn't a Haitian. They don't care. This is Republican way. This mother effing J.D. Vance is terrorizing his own constituents. He's causing chaos in the community he's supposed to represent. Bomb threats, kids having to escape shelter in place. Wait, I have a whole list of all the things that have happened here in Springfield. That's J.D. Vance. That's what Republicans bring to the table for their community. You think is he bringing home health care? Is he bringing home jobs? No. What is he doing? He's dividing this community. He's terrorizing. And the terror, what do you think if they're doing that to their own constituents in Springfield? What do you think they got in store for the rest of us? The whole Republican agenda is the agenda of domestic terrorism. Prove me wrong. What else do they have besides chaos and cruelty? I don't see it. What did they do? This is the thing. So this guy, the governor of Ohio, wrote an op-ed. Okay. Opinion. Here we go. I'm the Republican. Well, he says Republican, but And just an aside, I was watching, what the hell was it? Oh, I might even have that clip. One of these dirtbags, Republican. It was like a clip from CNN or something. And, of course, they were asking, do you have any, I can't remember who it was. It was one of these freaks. And they were asking, do you have any proof that this is happening? And he's like, I don't need proof. I don't have proof, but I don't, whatever. He's admitting this is what they do. They admit they don't have proof, but I know it's true. That's what he said. But in this particular clip, this filthy Republican, I can't talk. Come on, talk. In a minute, in the span of a minute, this prick calls the Democratic Party the Democrat Party like 3 times. And, of course, the crack CNN pundit says nothing about it. That, to me, it drives me up a wall. I know I've talked about it before. But that is part of the problem here. The fact that nobody calls these assholes out, And I got to ask, you think if the Democratic Party, if anyone on CNN or any other corporate media channel would start saying Republican Party, you think they'd stop them about the 3rd time? But, it's okay if you're a Republican, but this is how much they poison the blood of our communities. That's why Trump is going on about poisoning the blood. The fact is, I'd rather live next door to a Haitian immigrant than a Trumpanzee any day. Are you kidding me? Trumpanzees don't know how to behave themselves. They don't know how to shut up. They don't know how to act. They're filthy racists. They bring nothing to the table. They're ignorant. They're morons. And they should be ashamed of themselves, but they're too stupid to know that. I would feel bad for them if they weren't so monstrous. But really, I wouldn't. Who? Raise your hand if you'd rather live next door to a Haitian immigrant than a Trump banzee. Okay, I see all the hands are up in the back. For real, but I don't know. So this spring, where is it? Let me see. DeWine, let's see. Hold on. Trying to get the AI to comply. Yes. Okay, so DeWine, what's his name? Yeah, DeWine, right? Mike DeWine wrote an op-ed in the New York Times criticizing the con man and whatever, shillbilly Van, whatever he is, the couch fucking scumbag, for spreading false claims about Haitian immigrants in Springfield. So he expressed his disappointment that Springfield has become a focal point for hostility, and also said he was saddened by Trump and Vance's continued repetition of baseless allegations that demean the legal immigrants living in Springfield. What do they care? Bomb threats, schmam threats, right? They only care if Trader Trump gets threatened. That's when they all hop too. Hold on, excuse me. As you know, right? And they, of course, the lies. They want to blame Haitians didn't shoot at Trader Trump. Those were Republicans. I know they like to change the narrative, the Republicans. They like to pretend that it's both sides, right? But in fact, the first guy, he was a registered Republican, and then the other guy was he was like a Vivek Ramaswamy and Haley supporter. That was his dream ticket. It's so disgusting. Oh God, yeah. So, but this Ohio governor is disappointed, isn't he? He sounds kind of like Susan Collins, so disappointed and concerned, but still dragging us all down into the trash bin with Trader Trump, because he is disgusting in the fact that they asked him, well, you just said that he's, Trader Trump is a liar, J.D. Vance is a filthy liar, and they're harming your community. Are you going to support him in his run for the so-called presidency despite receiving fewer votes? And of course, DeWine says, yes, I made a commitment long ago, or wherever the fuck I was, probably in Trump's colon somehow, that he would support the Republican nominee, because he says that he's concerned about the economy. Okay, this canard about the Republicans and their economy, and yet again, the CNN moderator who's interviewing and trying to get the scoop, right? Will he say he won't vote for him or not? That's all they care about. If you ever notice the corporate media, that's all they do. Wait till the election is over. They won't take a minute until they start asking, are you going to run for president? Who's going to run for? Are you going to announce? You got something to say? You got an announcement to make? Like, it just never stops. That's their big, that's their big scoop. That somebody said, yes, I will run for, that's the only thing they have. I will run for president. Yes, I will not be making an announcement tonight. That's all. That's what they think journalism is. Are you going to run for president? Are you going to run? Are you going to run? But anyway, so Mike DeWine said that he will vote for Trader Trump because he's concerned. He said he would vote for the Republican nominee, even if it was a, I guess, tax cheating, draft dodging, wannabe dictator con man with fake university who's trying to steal the election again. We don't even know. I should say we do know because of the reporting is coming out. But we know how how much Trump was involved with the plot to overthrow America in 2020. He was working harder than he ever worked in his traitorous, rotten, useless lifespan to try to steal the election from us, from normal people, from the American people who fired his ass. And don't you find that absolutely filthy and outrageous and disgusting that that's going on, right? And the corporate media is well aware of this, but yet they still behave as if the con man is a legitimate candidate, that he has any business being in the Oval Office. But okay, we've learned now how fragile this thing is. Let's see if we could keep it, right? Right, Republican. Well, the Democrats too. They always say, they quote Benjamin Franklin, "A republic if we can keep it." Yeah, if we can keep it. Well, I guess if it's up to the Republicans, we won't keep it, because it takes maturity. Like I've always said, I hate to be proven right all the time by these fuckers, because they're not unique. They never surprise me by doing the right thing. So, you know, they a republic if we could keep it. Yeah, we could see these filthy Republicans stretching the boundaries to their breaking point and beyond, and they're getting away with it. Just getting away with it. How is it possible that, knowing, given everything that this filthy con man is up to, we know who he is. You know, now, and I'm saying we know who he is. We don't even know the half of it. You understand that? Merrick the Meek, Merrick Garland, and the Justice Department, they know it all. And they still, they slow walked it. That piece of dirt should have been in handcuffs January 7th. Really. But here we are. And the worst thing that happened to this country, one of the worst things, is that when Ford pardoned Nixon and set this precedent for presidents being above the law. And now we have this out of control, illegitimate Supreme Court, another arm of the tyranny of the minority death cult, and you notice when Harris and Biden and others in the Democratic Party talk about the Supreme Court's immunity decision, they say that the disgusting Supreme Court gave traitor Trump, something's in my eye, full immunity for his crimes, right? But they don't, the fact is, they have immunity now. Biden has full immunity, but you don't see anyone really nervous that the Democrats are gonna overthrow America or something, right? That's only traitor Trump. That's the Republicans, you know? The Democrats don't act like that because they believe in democracy. They believe in the helping. They believe in government. They believe in a more perfect union. And how can these Republicans say they believe in any of that? Of course they don't. Oh yeah, they believe in having in a red, white, and blue fucking stupid shirt. Yeah, they believe, in putting a lot of color, red, big, giant flags on their stupid trucks. That's all they believe. They don't believe in this thing. They don't believe in America. Why else would they be calling for deporting legal immigrants? Okay? Legal immigrants. Because you know how Republicans go on. Of course, we believe in legal immigration, right? They're always touting that, just like they believe in exceptions for the life of the mother. Yes, sure. You got to be on death's fucking door. And then maybe they'll save you, or maybe they won't, right? Sucks to be you. Oh, well. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this tyrannical minority who's unfit. They have no business being anywhere near power. They can't handle it, as we can see, because they don't have they don't have good intentions at heart, as we could see with J.D. Vance. Now I wonder, and everyone else. I mean, the J.D. Vance thing it's just absolutely incredible to know that J.D. Vance is terrorizing his own constituents. And you're gonna and guess what? A lot of those dum-dums are gonna vote for him on election day. They will. They voted for him before, and they like his policies, they'll say, right? They like the economy. I don't know what fucking fantasy land these people are living in. I like Trump's economy. What fucking, where are you living? Are you delusional? I guess you must be delusional because, you think a con man with a fake university, a lifelong con artist, was some kind of successful billionaire because you saw him play one on reality TV. But, get a grip, booby. He's not successful. And I don't know if you've been seeing that there's a new book out called Lucky Loser, and the authors have been making the rounds on all the television shows or whatever, and talking about how just a scam, an absolute scam artist he is, and stories about how they trying to get funding, and he didn't even break ground. He was trying to scam the banks into giving him money, and then investing in his scam whatever in the casino he bankrupted in Atlantic City, and they were like, okay, we're gonna come down and look at the site. He's supposed to be breaking ground at this site. Of course, there was nothing was happening because Trump sucks at business. He sucks at making deals. That's why his casino went bankrupt, because instead of making a deal, when you buy in bulk, you would think you could make a deal, but he paid top dollar for everything. That's part of it. Because he just would point at swatches, say, I want that, like a baby does, and then he puts it in his mouth, and it's basically the same thing. But these investors were coming down to see the groundbreak or see what was going on, just to get a feel for what was happening in Trader Trump's, making deals land, and he put on a show for them. He hired he just said, get me every piece of heavy equipment in the 5-mile radius. So he had bulldozers and all kinds of construction, and had hired guys, just like when he announced his run for the so-called presidency, and he hired a bunch of dumbasses to stand in, the Trader Trump Tower and wave signs. He hired extras. He went through the Backstage magazine and hired extras to stand there, yay, with signs. Same thing. He hired these guys to pretend they were construction. I guess they knew how to drive a bulldozer or something, but all they did was go push dirt back and forth, put on a show for the investors that came down, because he wasn't doing fucking shit. You see, that takes it takes ability to do that. It takes the ability to make deals and shit, but he doesn't do anything. He's a lazy bastard, as we know. You could tell how lazy he is just by look at all the grifts that he inflicts on the dumbasses stupid enough to support him. The NFTs, the sneakers, all the basic grifts, the cheap Bible he sells these dumbasses. Now, you know, when, like, don't they think when they get that cheap ass Bible in the mail and they could, when they feel it and it's supposed to be real leather bound and they can feel that it's nothing but paper stamped with a leather like a groove? That's all it is. It's, and the cheapest paper. And we played some of the, I think we played it, but there was a guy who reviews Bibles on the internet saying it's like the cheapest Bible he's ever held or had to review. And it must have cost like 99 cents to make. But of course, he's selling it for $99.99. And you think those Bibles were made in America? Of course not. They're made, you know, in some sweatshop in Thailand. But so anyway, to get back to J.D. Vance, I just can't believe when, I wish that the corporate media pundits would point it out that J.D. Vance is terrorizing his own people, right? Remember how we went into Iraq supposedly because Saddam was gassing his own people? Yeah, well, that's what conservatives do, I guess. They go after their own people. So he, you know, this pet eating bullshit, we have it on tape. He went on CNN and said, if I have to make it up, what did he say? If I have to make up a story to get the media to pay attention, that's what I'm gonna do? Wait, hold on.
Media totally ignored this stuff until Donald Trump and I started talking about cat memes. If I have to, create stories so that the American media actually pays attention to the suffering of the American people, then that's what I'm going to do, Dana, because you guys are completely letting Kamala Harris coast. Media totally ignored this.
Hold on, guys. If I have to create a story to, what does he say? Wait.
Stuff until Donald Trump and I started talking about cat memes.
If I have
to create stories so that the American media actually pays attention to the suffering of the American people, then
what fucking suffering? That's what baffled me when, you know, she's sitting there. What suffering? The suffering of the American people. What suffering is he talking about except for the suffering that he and his disgusting con man standard bearer are inflicting on Springfield and the world? You know, the consequences: bomb threats, multiple schools, hospitals, public buildings in Springfield have received bomb threats, leading to evacuations and closures. There were events that were canceled. City's annual Culture Fest was canceled. That's J.D. Vance. That's what Republicans do. Whatever they touch, they destroy. Educational disruptions. The local universities and colleges have had to go to remote learning because of these pricks. You know, these are the ones that are talking about how, you know, everybody has to go back to school. But unless these fuckers are inciting terrorism against the schools, I guess, right? Just the fear, put the fear in the community. The the immigrants themselves, of course, a target on their back. The safety of their families, their children. That doesn't matter. That doesn't bother them because they have darker pigment, you see. And that's not real America, according to Republicans. That's it. Just like I was saying on this app, on the Citizen app, people writing about the fucker who hit the 81-year-old woman. Deport him now. Just long ass, just repeating. You know how they do it when they come on here? They'll be like, Trump 2024. They have, they have a stutter that only, the only thing that they could say is Trump 2024. You know, they're just dumb. It's just dumbness. But that's all they write. Deport. That's all they got. What do you think is going to happen if these fuckers get in office? mass deportation now. That is the sickest chant I could ever hope to not hear. I wish I never had to hear that at a political rally. That a political rally, that I'm not watching clips from Nazi Germany, right? A political party, so-called, has a goddamn convention with a con man standard, where they nominate the con man to be their standard bearer officially, because he beat them into submission, because they're cowards and dirtbags. And the chant that really caught on, that they actually printed signs for, so they can all hold it up, signs that read "Mass Deportation Now." I mean, and they think that's normal? That is the sickest fucking thing. One of the sickest thing. I don't even want to speculate how low they can go. Yeah, they keep surprising me. Every time I think they hit bottom, the trapdoor opens and they go plummeting down further. With like this J.D. Vance fucker. If I have to create stories to get the American media to focus on the suffering of the American people, what suffering is he referring to? Except the suffering that they're making up. What's fucking suffering? Of course, we're not supposed to know that, I guess. I don't know. This is the corporate media. They never push back. They never say, what are you talking? What's suffering? Oh, they'll say the border, the illegals coming in. Even though border crossings are at a low, and if they were that concerned, Trader Trump wouldn't have stood in the way of the bill that would give more resources to the border. Oh, they don't need a bill. That's the excuse. I don't need a bill. Then why are you fucking bothering? Then go through the motions. Why are you standing in the way if it's not needed? Well, because Democrats aren't dictators. And we understand civics and how government works. The president is not a king. You don't need a bill. I didn't need a bill. Well, why didn't you do it then, Trader Trump? Why didn't you? I hate them. I really do. Legally and peacefully. But I hate them. I hate the dumbasses who vote for them more. They should be ashamed. And like the woman who started the whole cat thing, the eating cat bullshit, who lives next door to some Haitian immigrants, and her cat was missing, so she went over and accused them of eating it. Now that's normal, right? That's real normal. That's how normal neighbors behave. Now, that's why, I would much rather live next to an immigrant than a Trumpanzee. That's for sure. Because where's she getting this bullshit? Now, this poor old woman who's missing her cat, and all of a sudden she's triggered that that her neighbors have eaten it. And she goes over to them to yell at them and knock on their door. And then, of course, she finds out that the cat was hiding in her basement. And they're all giving her credit for going back over and saying, oh, well, I'm sorry that I accused you of eating my cat. Now, we know that how good could that be for neighborly relations in general? But that's what Trumpanzees do to a neighborhood. All you got to do is add one Trumpanzee to a decent neighborhood, and the whole goddamn neighborhood goes downhill. That's for sure. Property values plummet. Those stupid flags, those made in China flags, go flying all over the place. I mean, it's a disgrace. It's pathetic. But I don't know. I don't get it. Really, what they see. But you know what it is? It's the hate. The hate and the cruelty is the point. But don't ever go after them. They're the biggest snowflakes going. This is why I can't stand them. Because it's just like, the you better believe, the Chips and Science Act, the Infrastructure Bill. A lot of these Trumpanzees have jobs now because manufacturing has returned to the country thanks to Joe Biden and the Infrastructure Bill and the finally passing chips. Chips are being made in the country for the first time in forever. All the things that Trader Trump promised but never delivered. All right. And you better believe that there are Trumpanzees working, some of them working in these factories who have a job that will vote for this con man. Why? Because really it's the cruelty, the racism. They're afraid. Now you got to feel bad for them, but I would feel more pity for them if they weren't so tedious and dangerous, if they weren't so horrible. Let me see. Hold on a second. I saw this. Actually, I forgot about this when I was talking. It came to my mind about Howard Stern recently. Where is this? Hold on. Oh, we'll get to Mark Robinson in a second. Wait. He's singing my song. I was so happy to see this. Let's see. He said that he hates Trump supporters. I was like, I'm with you, brother. Hold on. Let's see. Yes, he made headlines for outspoken criticism of Donald Trump supporters, declaring on his radio show that he hates them and considers them stupid. He's not alone. Okay, how smart can you be? Oh, really? To vote for a con man with a fake university, a fake multi-level marketing vitamin scam, who killed 1 million Americans, who left office with 1 million corpses behind him. Killing mostly Trumpanzees, by the way. We know that Trump voting counties had a higher rate of death from COVID than the normal counties because they believe the bullshit. And Trump is the thing that the other day when I was watching Morning Joe, they were going on about how Trump, Operation Warp Speed, how they were giving him credit for Operation Warp Speed. And they say, why are you giving him credit for that? Because he threw money at some scientists who knew what they were doing. And then wait, hold on a second. I'll finish this thought. When we come back, keep on. Come on, Tarabuster. Let's go. I don't know what I'm saying here. But, yeah, so he, what was it? They were giving him credit for Operation Warp Speed, but then why are you giving him credit? Because he threw money at the scientists who created the vaccine, right? But then turned right around as soon as he was booed, because that's what happened. Because that's who he is. He's a tedious, tiny little coward. So he was at one of his Trumpanzee Nuremberg rallies, and he said to everybody, you should get the shot. Get the shot. I got it. I'm vaccinated. And they booed him. And that's all it took. It took one booing of, little fragile little wannabe dictator, con man, and he never told them to get the shot again. So how do you give this dirtbag credit for throwing money at the scientists and saying, get the vaccine done, and then turning right around and betraying all their hard work, betraying them, betraying the dumbasses stupid enough to vote for you, betraying Dr. Fauci, right? Now he's one of their villains in this conspiracy-addled goddamn circle jerk of lunacy. Yeah. So how you giving him credit? Might as well give cancer credit for you losing that last pesky 15 pounds, you know? It's like you don't give credit to the disease. So what? He did one thing. I mean, if Traitor Trump, everything he did harmed the American people. He gave a tax break, over 80% of which went to the 1%. People who will never spend it in a million lifetimes. They didn't bring any jobs home. It wasn't throwing money at manufacturing. He's giving money to the rapacious, greed-centered ghosts of the Gilded Age that he's one of. He made more money in office. Now, these fuckers they see conspiracy everywhere. They don't see the conspiracies of that filthy con man. It's incredible how the Saudis, they don't care though, because he's white, I guess. I don't know. That's all they care about is given permission to be as racist and small as they are, and that's it. No one will ever challenge them in the Republican Party to, evolve. Stop being an asshole. Stop being so backwards. Be nice to people. Be nice. Don't be so terrified of difference and diversity. You want to have 19 kids and counting? Go right ahead. No one's going to stop you. We're not stopping you. But and conversely, we expect the same. Don't come into our house and tell us who we can form legal marriage contracts with. Right? How we can live an authentic life. Fuck off. Right, exactly, Ed on the chat. He doesn't pay taxes because he's smart. That in itself should have been the end of him. That makes me smart? No, that makes you a parasite. That's what Hillary Clinton should have said. And this is what the Democrats they just need to be honest. Like Howard Stern said. He says that he considers the Trumpanzees stupid. Of course they are. How smart can you be? He says he doesn't harbor animosity towards Trump himself. He has no respect for those who vote for him. And I've said that before. Trump is what he is. He is a con man. He's a narcissist, a malignant narcissist, a sociopath. He's a disgusting parasite, a waste of human DNA, right? That's it. That's what he is. But you don't have to support him. You don't have to. You have a choice. There's one thing to be the thing that is vile, but then to be the thing that elevates that thing. Yeah. There's no excuse for that, especially now. There's no, where's the line for these filthy, disgusting Republicans? There is no line. The ones who are left, they like to say, it's sort of like when in the beginning of the horror of this Trump roller coaster we've been on for nearly a decade, they would say how these men, these white men voted for Traitor Trump because they're economically insecure or something. No, they were economically stressed. It wasn't. It had nothing to do with economics because they did studies. The corporate media would assume that they would say, "Oh, it's this economic." They're giving them too much credit. It wasn't economics at all. When they finally dug deeper into it, it was exactly what we're saying. It was racism. They'll slit their own throats if they could kick down on somebody. That's all they want. They want to feel superior. If all things are equal, then we'll all figure out how inadequate they truly are, I suppose. I don't know. Even though we already know how inadequate they are by the way they act, by who they vote for. Like my mother said, you want to know somebody, look at their friends. Look at who they hang out with. Look at all of the horrible people swirling around Traitor Trump. And all of the people he admires are all the worst people. Like, okay, let's get into the Robinson and the rest of them. I mean, and like I have always said, if only Republicans would get help for their cornucopia, the plethora of manias, the world would be a better place, wouldn't it? Just get help. But that takes courage, though. Getting help takes courage. Going and, asking for help. It takes courage. And they think, bing, bing, they're strong or something. They're not strong. They're weak. They're weak as fuck. And they're very sick people. Especially, I'd never understood the whole, gay Republicans or black Republicans or any trans Republicans like what's her name? Caitlyn Jenner. Come on. She goes to these CPAC and these right-wing filthy Nuremberg meetings or whatever. And they can't even call her by her name. They're constantly harassing her, dead naming her. They have no respect for her, of course. But she keeps going back. Why? This sick. It has to be a level of self-loathing. I mean, how much do you hate yourself? And you think you're getting a tax break? Whoopie fucking doop. Maybe she's getting a tax break because she's in that bracket. Who cares? You're not going to spend it. You're going to sit and jerk off looking at it in your bank account? Please, you're having a fine life. You'd have a better life if you hung out with people that actually had respect for you and didn't treat you like shit. But, okay, whatever. But the thing is, Republicans, hold on. Here's the music. What time is it? Oh, okay. Hold on. This is Devlin Tarabuster. We'll be right back. Unapologetic liberal talk. Okay, so Republicans, if they would get help for themselves, just get help. Go to a shrink. Take the journey, right? Look at yourselves. Stop being horrible for once in your useless lives, all right? Stop being mean and cruel. Ugh. It's so much work for you. But here's many things here. What's his name? Mark Robinson, who is the lieutenant governor of Georgia, who's running for governor. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I don't know, did we do this story? We might not have I think it was in my list, but I didn't get to it. Ex-porn shop employees say that Mark Robinson was a regular, although he denies it. Well, they wouldn't they? He would deny it, wouldn't he? Because that's who they are. He's sick. This guy is sick. And we know that just by the way he talks. Now, for those who don't know, like JD, who lives in England, maybe this isn't on the front page over there, but Robinson, he has a history of inflammatory language. Let me see, Robinson. He recently got some social media play because he said that some people need killing.
We now find ourselves struggling with people who have evil intents.
Now, who would that be? You?
It was a time when we used to meet evil on the battlefield, and guess what we did to it? We killed it.
Evil on the battlefield. They're such legends in their own minds, right? They're so tough. They type so tough behind the veil of anonymity. Like when they come on here, and thank you guys for keeping the chat room safe. They type so tough, right? They talk so tough. He's so tough, isn't he? What a tough guy. Peeking into women's showers. And we'll get to that, too. These people are fucked up.
Somewhere is going to say that sounds awful. Too bad.
So you notice how that's what gets them off, right? some liberals gonna get upset. Too bad. How many times have we heard that in all its various forms? Oh, you're triggered, or owning the libs, or whatever, with your horrible, cruel rhetoric. That's what they think is strength, right? When it is weak as fuck. Oh, too bad. Some people need killing?
Too bad.
See, they love it. That's why they're all applauding. And he's in church, this fucker. He's going to church. He's preaching to these Jesus lovers.
Supposedly. Get mad at me if you want to. Some folks need killing.
Oh my God. Absolutely
it's time for somebody
horrendous.
to say it.
Somebody to say it. I got the strength to say it. It's time for somebody to say it. Like that's something people haven't said. But usually it's the worst people. Not usually, for the most part. Some people need killing? Now, who's the some you're talking about? What's some? Oh, some people are going to get mad. They like making people mad. See, that's what they think. I don't know. Normal people think that's not quite good for relationships in the country. You know, just being motivated by making other people mad. That's another sign of how sick they are, though. Because they have nothing to offer. They're not offering health care. They're not offering anything. Retirement security. Living wages. They got none of that. Decent working conditions. You heard you heard Trader Trump and Elon Muskrat laughing about firing union workers for daring demand living wages and decent working conditions. That's what they got for you. All they have is hate. You can hate. You can be as ugly as you want to be. You won't ever have to feel uncomfortable. That's it. Because some bitch that you call, a horse face or the C word has a reaction. That's all they want. They don't want. They want to be able to be ugly and racist and post all their hateful hate and have no one have a reaction to it. They don't want it to come back on them in any way. You know, the party of personal responsibility wants to take zero responsibility for anything that they do or say. As horrible as they are, because they can't live in a community that's diverse. Look at Project 2025. Look at the way they are. I mean, their whole thought process. You know, they talk about, and we've had Trumpanzees come on here and accuse me of being being afflicted with Trump derangement syndrome. Right? It's not Trump derangement syndrome, honey. This is the cure for Trump derangement syndrome. You, the Trumpanzees, are the ones suffering from Trump derangement syndrome. And like many diseases, it reverberates through the community. There's a cure for it. Hopefully we'll see it on election day, even though it's going to linger, the Trump derangement syndrome. They're not going to go away quietly. We'll have to vote them out again and again and again, and we cannot back down on them. And trust me, like I was saying, when I was reading the Howard Stern thing, actually when I first heard it, I thought, this is it. It's starting. That, and like I've been saying on the show, one day soon, in the not too distant future, those who supported Trump, who cheered for Trump, who voted for Trump, will only speak of it in shamed whispers. That day is coming. And we could see it right here with what Howard Stern said. I think they're stupid, he said, talking about Trumpanzees. I do. I'll be honest with you. I have no respect for you. Yeah. How can normal people respect a Trumpanzee when all they have is hate and lies, chaos? They hate democracy. They don't want to play in our democratic, small d democratic reindeer games. They hate it. That's why they want a big daddy to put away, forget the pesky laws and checks and balances and whatnot. That's what they think, a strong man is. They're not, but the strong man is an irony. It's a statement of irony, because they're not strong. They're weak, like Trump. Weak as fuck. Weak as everyone who votes for him. Malinformed, ill-informed, traitorous, easily led, confused, hypocritical. Oh, God, it's like they want all the benefits of civilization, but none of the responsibilities we have to each other. And that's it. They're just racist. Mass deportation now. You should be ashamed of yourself. And I always think about how when this was before they were Trumpanzees, and they would go after me or whatever, talking about FDR. Oh, well, internment camps. They bring up internment camps. When we all know, that FDR's legacy, in fact, the Roosevelt family, doesn't matter, officially apologizing, that's the stain on his legacy, an otherwise stellar and consequential legacy. Of course it is. But we all know that Republicans want that more than anything else to put people in internment camps. That's for sure. But Lieutenant Governor Robinson, some people need killing. He's a big holy roller, as they all are, supposedly. But he spent all of his time, that's his hobby, going to a porn shop, hanging out. Who hangs out in a porn shop every day? He was there every single day in a porn store. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. But that's what they got. And he's already their lieutenant governor. He said that he experienced a drastic conversion. Please. He's converted, everyone. It's so all is well. So, here we go. From the porn, this is from a few months ago. He said, let me just roll through this. So 5 men who said they were former employees during this period where Robinson hung out in the porn store, said that Robinson visited 2 of these stores called Gents Videos and News. He said that Robinson purchased hundreds of bootleg porn videos that this one person they interviewed sold on the side. He was good for at least 1 a week, this man said, but his name is Money. But Money said Robinson didn't pay for the last one, which he described as a compilation of super hardcore films that were even too risque to be sold in North Carolina. He said he doesn't really care about the $25 Robinson owes him for that tape. Not that he's trying to derail his campaign for governor. An unaffiliated voter, he said he likes Robinson as a person, but not his politics. He described as a funny story, offered an opportunity for self-promotion in mid-August. They released a YouTube video saying that Lieutenant Governor owes me money. So, yeah, but that's what he did. He hung out in a porn store every goddamn day. Isn't that incredible? Who does that? Well, getting back to, it gets even worse, as we know, because this is who they are. And we don't have to be Sigmund Freud to figure it out. That's yet another Republican inflicting their manias on society, trying to make sure everybody does what they think he needs us all to do, so he won't be tempted. You know, he won't fall. He won't be. It's like, this is the logic. You know, that's what it's like. Why these religions, whatever they are, put women in burqas and shit, so men don't get tempted. It's the same thing. This is a branch of the same tree. But where is it? Come on, man. Let's see. He referred to himself. Of course, CNN reported that Robinson made numerous controversial comments on a pornography website. A pornography website's message board that includes calling himself a black Nazi. Why am I not surprised? Expressing support for reinstating slavery. Why am I not surprised? Discussing his enjoyment of transgender pornography. Of course, it's like Alex Jones. Same thing. They hate themselves and they inflict their manias outward. That's why they go after trans people, not just because trans people are an easy target, but that's a factor too. But because it triggers them so much. They're titillated by trans people. He describes himself as a perv, detailing sexual excitement from memories of secretly watching women in gym showers. And it's not just that somebody left the gym door open with, whatever. It wouldn't even, I'm sure you'd have to work to go take a peek. He apparently climbed up into some vent over the showers and hung out there 2 days in a row, probably masturbating. And he tried to go back, but they had locked the door. So they figured it out. What a piece of shit, right? Hold on, let me see. Of course, I was trying to find the real things that he was saying. Let me see, but it was very difficult. Let me see. Where is it? Oh, also, he had an Ashley Madison account. He registered everything under his email, same email. But he says it's all fake and false. What else is new? Until they have no other out. That's how Republicans roll, right? They lie. It's like, what was his? George Santos did the same thing for. I mean, of course, he was a very serious pathological liar, but there was something that they were caught. It doesn't matter. This is the 5 stages of Republican statements. It's like anger, denial. Soon he gets to acceptance. Of course, but it takes every other avenue until they have him on video or something. And then until there's nothing, you can't deny it. I mean, who the hell else would use your email address? No one. It's you, bubby. We know it. But he counts on the stupidity of the people who vote and not to care. There's no line anymore for the Republican Party. This is the stages of a scandal. Deny it and circle the wagons until it blows over. There's no line anymore. They have no decency. And what really pisses me off is how much they constantly, for my entire life, we've been dragged through whatever their faux rage might be. Remember Bill Clinton? Oh, what are we going to tell the children? Now I have to tell my kids about a blowjob. What am I going to do? What am I going to say? But these assholes are bringing their kids to goddamn Trump's Nuremberg rallies. Right? And Trump calls this guy who calls himself a black Nazi, MLK. He's like MLK on steroids. MLK on steroids. Why? Because he's black? That's it. Well, because he's a very effective human shield for Republican bigotry. MLK on steroids. Of course, no one would press him. What are you talking about? How is he Martin Luther King on steroids? Let me see. Where is it? Oh, and here's... Oh, God, there's so many things here. I can't take it. Fuckers. I can't find it. Whatever. You know. You've heard it. He calls him, MLK on steroids. Why? I was talking to him and he... How? How is he like MLK on steroids? What's the comparison? What's the similarities? Oh, darker pigment. That's about it. So, let's see. Oh, yeah, so Politico reported the email address belonged to Robinson, was registered with Ashley Madison. And, his name, Min Isolder, is one that he's using on all websites, including YouTube, Amazon, Pinterest. But just so happens it's not him on the porn site where he calls himself a black Nazi, and that he would love to have slavery reinstated so he can get himself a slave. He'd buy a couple, he said. Yeah. He's also, of course, a strict anti-abortion nutcase. God, these people. Get help. Of course, the state's Republican Party says that they're standing by him. Mark Robinson has categorically denied the allegations made by CNN. See, fake news. That's what Republicans do. Don't listen to don't believe your lying eyes. Just believe what I tell you. That's what Trump said, right? And, he says, Mark Robinson has categorically denied the allegations made by CNN, but that won't stop the left from trying to demonize him via personal attacks. It's not the left demonizing him. He demonizes us. He demonizes society. He demonizes himself. He has no business being anywhere near power. And guys, thank you so much. When the show's not over, just go to youtube.com/c4channel/Tarabuster and become a patron on patreon.com/TaraDevlin. And thank you, Charlie from APS Radio News, for supporting Tarabuster. Keep the real liberal media going and growing. And we will win. We stick together, we win. My name is Tara Devlin. I'll see you soon. All right. Yeah, these people are fucked up. You know what? Also, this and this is what he said. This asshole said. Where is it? That he denied it. He knew it was coming out. I guess they warned him about it. And he went and made a video declaring himself innocent, I tell you. Even though, how come we're not surprised? That's the thing. whenever Republicans are caught in the act of being themselves, or, like Trump, whatever the fuck he does, stupid, ugly, distasteful, disgraceful, not fitting anyone who wants to be anywhere near the presidency, right? How come no one says, wow, I can't believe it. It's so unlike him. Like when he tweeted out, I hate Taylor Swift in all caps. Who the fuck would vote for somebody like that? Right? When that came out, I hate Taylor Swift. This is a 78-year-old man-child, excuse me. What's wrong with these people? What's wrong with him? And that's your standard bearer. And the governor of Ohio, whose entire state and Springfield, the community of Springfield particularly, are under attack by their own senator and Republicans, the Republican Party, and he's still going to vote for Traitor Trump. Where's the line? I'm a fiscal. That's all the fucking Republicans say. Whenever I've asked, even in the past, before these filthy fascists have gotten this low, when it was George W. Bush who was bad enough. I remember asking, I told you I have a friend who's gay Republican. I'd be like, what the fuck? What's wrong with you? I'm a fiscal. That's all I would hear about the fiscal. But if you're a fiscal, why are you so stupid? Because it's not fiscal. If you were a I'm a fiscal. I don't know. That's all they would say. I'm a fiscal voter. I'm a fiscal. Fuck off your fiscal. Because the economy is better under Democrats. If you're a fiscal, you'd know that. So there's something else going on here. Self-loathing, whatever it is, racism, fear. That's it. That's what it is. That's why they have a convention with mass printed signs with, let's say, mass deportation now. I mean, where do we live? Mass deportation now. How anyone would pick up a sign like that and wave it and call themselves an American is a disgrace. You're a fucking disgrace. And I don't know, did I finish with Howard Stern? Like I was saying, that's the beginning of the end, guys. It's coming. It is coming. Howard Stern, not that he's going to, sways the whole country, but his opinion saying that the Trumpanzees, I hate them, they're stupid, I have no respect for them, that's going to be the zeitgeist. I'm telling you, it's the truth. That will be the common understanding of a Trumpanzee in the not too distant future. No respect. It's the mark of stupidity. Like that hat they wear. That stupid hat. And everything else. Trump or death? Okay. Okay, honey. You promise? The Democrats are good for the economy. You want to vote economy? That's why we're in this mess, because the corporate media never stops them and say, when someone like Mike DeWine says, well, I'm going to vote for Trump, I said I would vote for the nominee, in spite of the fact that the nominee and his running mate are terrorizing my state, causing mass chaos, confusion, and cruelty, causing children to huddle in fear, to run home because have to go home early because of bomb threats. Mommy, what's a bomb threat? Well, that's when a Republican or a conservative doesn't like you. And because they're so cowardly and all they have is terrorism and cruelty, They like to disrupt normal society. That's really what happens on that's the macro level, but on a micro level too. In their daily lives, they disrupt and cause chaos and cruelty. Like the lady who thought her cat was eaten by her neighbors. That's just and right there, that's one little snapshot in time. The life of a community with a Trumpanzee in it. And there she is. They had a picture of her. This old woman standing in front of a fucking Trump sign with her stupid red hat. Make America great again. Yes, Errol in the chat says, I call conservatives conservators. Well, true. You have a point. So, let's see. In a 2004 interview, Trader Trump, before he was Trader Trump, when he was just some fake successful businessman on reality TV, or wannabe, this is in 2004, he said the economy does better under Democrats than Republicans. And we've had some very good economies under Democrats. Why don't they dig up that quote? Historical data shows that by several key economic metrics like GDP growth, job creation, and unemployment rates, the economy performs better on average under Democratic presidents for the past 100 years compared to Republicans. Trump claims he created the greatest economy in history, but the facts show the economic growth under his presidency was slightly lower than Obama, with an average annual GDP growth of 2.3% compared to 2.2% under Biden. Trump inherited a strong economy from Obama. All right, here we go. That was already in its 8th year of expansion, with unemployment having dropped from 10% to, when Democrats get the shit show that Republicans leave behind, 10% unemployment rate. Obama was handed. And then he brought it down to 4.7. And then same thing with Trader Trump. Now, could you imagine the difference between if Hillary Clinton was in office while we were going through the pandemic as compared to this filthy fascist Trader Trump? You realize that they've done studies that over, 500,000 or 400,000, something like that, Americans would not be dead. That they needlessly died because of Trader Trump's ineptitude and propaganda. He botched the pandemic, the response, because he was too busy pandering to his kooky, conspiracy-addled base of freaks who only saw the light when they were being intubated. And then they went into the light, a lot of them. Oh, I should have got the vaccine, right? That's what they would say. We had to, how many stories had we had to see? But as we know, he killed mostly the assholes who voted for him. Oh, okay. I'm fine with that, I guess. Anybody, that's the thing. I just wish that the Republicans would feel the consequences of their actions. That's fine, but they hurt normal people. They hurt decent people. Like what's going on in Ohio. I cannot fathom this Ohio governor saying he's going to vote for these scumbags who are terrorizing his state and community. All the horror these fuckers are putting the people he pretends to represent through. I mean, don't you think he would have a duty to make sure that the people like that never get power, especially more power? You're going to give him more power. You want him to be in charge, despite the fact that he's put your entire state in chaos. Bomb threats, school closings. I mean, that's what Republicans do. Oh, God, I cannot handle it. I'm for fiscal. Well, that's what I say. I'm sick of it. Whenever one of these assholes say they're going to vote for Republicans because of fiscal things, it is, don't you think it's the goddamn duty of the Fourth Estate to set them right, to educate them? Of course not, I guess. I don't know. Maybe are you going to run for president? Tell me, are you got an announcement to make? Are you going to run for president? Black Nazi. Okay, let's get back to this guy. All right, honey. Oh, gee. Go sit down. I want to hear your complaints. Put in a complaint at the complaint department. Let's see. Mark Robinson. Where is it? Oh, yeah. What was I saying? Yes, because Robinson, I was trying to find I couldn't find it, though. He came out with a video, posted it right on. He mentioned Clarence Thomas. Just like Clarence Thomas, high-tech lynching. This is a high-tech lynching. And funny enough, don't you remember that? The high-tech lynching of Clarence Thomas, who was brought up during his confirmation hearings. These Republicans think that, I guess, well, it's like Kavanaugh, thinking that they behaved as if these lifetime positions are their birthright. That's conservatives for you. But Clarence Thomas was whatever, when he was in his confirmation hearings, he was also a pervert. Right? They talk about a high-tech lynching. Funny enough, he's using the same bullshit distraction. He's such a victim, isn't he? Why can't he just say the ugly things that are in his ugly heart without anyone having a reaction to it? I don't know. That's what he hopes. And that's what Republicans do when they think no one's looking. Go through my social media history or whatever, right? Or any normal person. You're not going to find anything like that. You're not going to find, I'm a perv. I spy on women in the shower, and I climbed up into a vent to do it. And then I went back the next day. That's somebody who's a peeper. That's what he said too. He said he was a peeper, like a peeping Tom. That's like a budding serial killer. That's how they start. A lot of them start peeping and invading people's privacy. Well, women, of course, invading women's privacy because women are shit. Women are objects. They are to be used or discarded. And I've listened to enough of, what's that show? Killer Psyche with Candace DeLong, former FBI profiler, to know that serial killers start out as peepers. A lot of them. Peeping Toms. They get off on it. And then they graduate to break-ins, and it just gets worse. So when you hear somebody like this Mark Robinson boasting on a porn website, not only is he a pervert, but he's a peeping Tom. It gives you a pause. It gives normal people pause. But the high-tech lynching, let me go back. Normal people pause. Republicans vote for it. Republicans say, please be our governor. It's incredible. The same group of people that have standards for everybody else, right? My whole life, I'm just so sick of their faux rage constantly. It only goes in one direction, and it's just full. They're just full of shit. Fucking peeping Tom. Right, it's true. BB Delay says, look at him. Combined with his personality, peeping is the only action the dude gets. Yes, that's probably why he hates women. He's just, there's so much going on there that needs to be treated with psychotherapy. Really. Yes, so, yeah, Anita Hill, back in the day, testified under oath about Clarence Thomas constantly hitting on her, asking her out multiple times, and she refused. Again, like the power dynamic. She worked for him, and then he used, because she wouldn't give in to his advances. So he had no, because that's Republicans. They have no boundaries. Doesn't matter. He's at work. Thomas is a fucking hack. He's a fucking disgrace. He should resign. If he had standards, he would resign. But he has no standards. He wants to be kept as a pet by a billionaire. Same thing with Robinson. He hopes he can find somebody who will keep him as a pet. Right? That's why he wants slavery back. Well, talk to Clarence Thomas how one finds a billionaire to become your lord and master. What else can you call him? A billionaire who pays for your mother's house, who lets your mother live there rent free, sends your nephew/kid to college, sends you on whirlwind tours around the world, gives you all kinds of lavish gifts, an RV that costs $500,000, send you on a vacation, $500,000. Fucking disgraceful. And these are the people that are like gonna decide when the Republican chaos, the whole chaos caucus and the plan for chaos is triggered. These are the fuckers that are going to decide. Clarence Thomas, he doesn't have any integrity enough to recuse himself. Yeah, so he used to ask her out socially, discuss sex and sexual subjects at work, and make sexual advances towards her. Spoke about inappropriate sexual content, including women having sex with animals and films showing group sex or rape. That's who the fuck we're talking about. That's Clarence Thomas. He also described for this, and this is under oath in front of Congress, for Anita. I guess he was trying to convince her, I'm so good. In bed, he described his own sexual prowess in anatomical details. Another one, right? Obsessed with his pee-pee, like a 5-year-old boy. My pee-pee, look at my pee-pee. I'm at work. The pee-pee patrol. It doesn't matter. Their own pee-pees, other pee-pees. Pee-pee, is a pee-pee in the bathroom? What bathroom is it in? What clothes is it wearing? He made comments about her appearance and her sexual attractiveness. This is all at work. And he also asked her one day when she was batting him off as a daily thing. Who put this pubic hair on my Coke can? While examining a can on his desk. These fucking people. I'm so sick of them. You know what I mean? Get them the hell out of here already. Go away, Republicans. Get help. Get help. Mark Robinson. Who the fuck are you? Like, being the lieutenant, he's lieutenant governor of Georgia already. He wants to be the governor, and they're going to vote for him. They're going to vote for him. But we have all the fake bullshit that all over on Twitter we're going to hear about Clinton and Jeffrey Epstein's plane. Never anything about Traitor Trump, who hung out with Jeffrey Epstein and know all of his disgusting proclivities. Oh, he likes him young, Jeffrey. That's what Traitor Trump said. These people are fucked up, in case you haven't noticed. Another one, Matt Gaetz, attended a drug-fueled sex party with a high school junior. This is a new one, a new court filing. And let's see, this came out today, believe it or not. Representative Matt Gaetz attended a 2017 drug-fueled sex party that included underage girls, according to legal documents filed Thursday night and made available to the public. According to journalist Jose Pagliari at Notice, the documents cite sealed affidavits and testimony from 3 eyewitnesses. Oh, it's fake news. It's got to be more fake news, because he's an upstanding, Bible-thumping, Jesus-loving Christian conservative, and here comes another high-tech lynching of a good man. Jesus Christ. The filing was reportedly written by defense lawyers seeking to recoup legal fees still due to them from a civil lawsuit brought by lobbyist and friend of Gaetz, Chris Dorworth. Oh, isn't that funny? Another Republican can't pay his bills. Dorworth claimed he'd been unfairly dragged into the sex trafficking scandals. The affidavits were filed to knock down Dorworth's claim he wasn't involved before he suddenly dropped the lawsuit this month. In the documents, the minor in question, who Notice reported was a junior in high school at the time, that's called rape, Matt Gaetz, is reported to have arrived at Dorworth's Florida home where the party allegedly took place. The 3 witnesses reportedly say that Gaetz was at Dorworth's house that night. Discovery taken in the case reflects that on Saturday, July 15, 2017, Dorworth hosted a party at his residence with the following guests present. 1. AB. 2. KM. 3. BG. And 4. Matt Gaetz. One eyewitness cited as KM provided a sworn affidavit that the teenage girl identified as AB was naked and those in attendance were there to engage in sexual activities. The witness said that alcohol, cocaine, ecstasy, and marijuana were present at the party. Oh my God. You know, I know all I'm thinking of right now is that fucking piece of shit, Matt Gaetz. Stopping. Remember when everything is a performance for them. He made this whole big to-do in one of the committees he's on. Why can't we start every committee meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance? We should all, everything had to halt to go through this. What do you mean, Pledge of Allegiance? We do the Pledge of Allegiance. We do it every fucking day. Now we got to do it again. How many fucking times a day you want to do it? And then he goes on Fox News and say, the Democrats don't want to do the Pledge of Allegiance. They're not patriotic. They don't want to do it like 5 every fucking minute. For Christ's sakes. But that's the performance. Why can't we do the Pledge of Allegiance? Come on, guys. We should all do it. Because this is what they do with their cushy, phony baloney jobs. Sex parties. Don't you know who I am? And we read where is this? Years ago, when Matt Gaetz was just a little dirtbag roaming and prowling the bars of Miami. He got kicked out of a bar. Let me see. This was like, he got kicked out. Let me see. Matt Gaetz. I wonder if I have this. He got kicked out because he was groping the waitresses. And when the bouncers were dragging him out, apparently he was yelling, "Don't you wait, what did he say? You don't know who my father is." Doesn't he seem like that kind of douchebag? Just a little douche. Don't you know who I am? But that's before he was a congressman. He was just a little brat, little rich brat. Don't you know who my father is? So, yes, let's see. The testimonies mark the first mention of allegations in court filings regarding the Florida Republicans' long-rumored attendance at parties of this nature. Gaetz is already under investigation by the House Ethics Committee over allegations of sexual misconduct. Former associate Joel Greenberg, who is serving 11 years for fraud and sex trafficking of a child, reportedly claimed in a letter not made public that Gaetz would pay him to arrange sexual encounters with younger women, including a 17-year-old teenager. Gaetz has denied the claims. Oh, it's another high-tech lynching, of course. And there you go. That's who they are. But these are the people, who want to lord over us. They're the morality. Make America pray again. That's Trader Trump when he's hawking his Bibles. Make America pray again. Says the tax cheating, draft dodging, wannabe dictator con man with 3 trophy wives who cheated on his 3rd trophy wife with a porn star while his wife was home. 3rd trophy wife was home recovering from childbirth. I mean, it never stops. That's why I say I wish that they were as Christian and moral as they purport to be. Did you see this about actually Melania and her nude modeling? She's releasing clips about it. Where is this? She says she's proud of her nude modeling. Why am I proud of my nude modeling? Why? Because for years. Why is it that we cannot, like the classics, appreciate the beauty of the human form? I mean, you and some whore going at it. I mean, I don't whore. No offense to sex workers. You in some lesbian scene, I don't think is kind of on par with the classical sculpture. Why can we not express ourselves nudely anymore? When I was first lady, everyone mocked me for my lesbian scene, but it's really art. It was an art scene. Like that Mobs for Liberty lady who hates gays but also has bisexual affairs and threesomes with her husbands, and you know how it is. Well, anyway, Madison Cawthorn, remember him? He's another one who said that he was invited to these sex parties, Republican sex parties. Remember, he said, "Hey guys," he went on some podcast and he was like, "Hey, yeah, I couldn't believe it when I first got to Congress. They were like, 'Hi, we're gonna have some sexual gathering coming up. Would you like to join us in this sex thing?'" Wait, hold on. I think I have it. Where is Ecam?
With
It's
House
about
of
to get
Cards,
serious. Yes, I am.
with Kevin Spacey, and I forget who else was in it. But anyway,
Really well done show.
very
Really
well done
very
show.
well done show.
But it was so dirty, and it was about this congressman who was Kevin Spacey, who was, I think it was minority or majority whip.
Yep.
What was it? Yeah. And so anyway, very, very powerful guy. And it was just kind of like his secret life of all this corruption and power and money and perversion, and it was just dirty. How much, in your opinion, 'cause
Dirty,
you've
dirty.
been
You
behind
love
the
it.
veil, is this a fictitious show, or is this more closer to like a documentary? Is it that bad?
So I heard a former president that we had in the 90s was asked the question about this. And he gave an answer that I thought was so true. And he said, the only thing that's not accurate in that show is that you could never get a piece of legislation about education passed that quickly.
And everything else is good?
Aside from that, I mean, the sexual perversion that goes on in Washington, I mean, it's being kind of a young guy in Washington, with the average age is probably 60 or 70. And I look at all these people, a lot of them that I've looked up to through my life. I've always paid attention to politics, guys that, then all of a sudden you get invited to, like, well, hey, we're going to have kind of a sexual get-together at one of our homes. You should come. And I'm like, what did you just ask me to come to?
A sexual get-together? Even though he's the one sexually assaulting his cousin. Remember that? Well, anyway. Not to trigger anybody, but Madison Cawthorn, don't worry, everyone. Madison Cawthorn is sticking with Robinson. But this is what we're dealing with, you know? Well, hello, Sam from Germany. Nice to see you. Thank you for hanging out, you lucky bastard. Sam from Germany. It's just incredible, though. The Madison Cawthorn says, North Carolinians see through the lies and smear of the left-wing media. The left's gun for hire, also known as CNN, targets strong conservatives. They know they will not be able to scare or control these strong conservatives. This is not news. This is a hit job on Mark Robinson. Don't fall for it. Well, God help us. And that's, fascism, I guess. Don't fall for the truth, guys. Believe your own, believe the lies of the con man and the cult. Nothing to see here. Madison Cawthorn, and who fucking, as soon as he was voted out of office, remember that? This is how Republicans behave. Republicans, I should say, because he was voted out of office. He didn't even finish his term. He didn't. Fuck constituents. F your constituent services. He picked up and left. He just left everything behind. When the guy who won the race came in, it was nothing. It was an empty office. because that's who Republicans are. It's a performance. And oh, you voted me out? Well, I'm not here to serve you. I'm gonna fuck off to Florida. And that's what he did. But we will win. We will. Because we're on the right side of history. We're on the right side of decency, dignity, democracy, humanity. Thank you, guys. Become a patron at patreon.com/TaraDevlin. Thank you, Jim, for your lone super chat, but it's okay. We will win. Thank you, Charlie, from APS Radio News. We stick together. We win. I'll see you soon. Oh, man. All right, my friends. Listen. I know you're listening. Thank you for keeping the chat room safe. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Jim and Haiku. And we'll have more show, hopefully during the week. Hopefully this week will be less crazy. And I can do a show during the week. But I appreciate you guys sticking with the show and me and being there every Friday evening, 8:30, or what am I saying? Yes, it is 8:30, but it usually starts like quarter to 9-ish, 8:30-ish Eastern Standard Time. So, all right, I gotta go. Thank you, Robin, for your super chat under the wire, keeping Jim's super chat company and your cute little emoji. And listen. All right, my friends, I hope you had a good night, a good show, good time hanging out in the Tarabuster studios right here in Queens. And, well, yeah, there'll be more show. Robin Kincaid and I will do a show. Well, we're going to do a simulcast. We're going to try. I don't know, try. Trying is dying. You got to do it. That's what you keep saying. Hopefully soon we'll start. And, yeah, I need to go to sleep. I'm tired. And these cats are making me sleepy. Francis has been sleeping all night. Very lucky to sleep. I'm very jealous of them. See how they sleep so peacefully, not knowing of Republicans or Trump. They don't have to share. They don't even know that there's a orange con man poisoning the blood of the people. Right? Oh, look at Buddha. Buddha, where are you? Booty, come here. She doesn't listen to me. Boudica, come. Come here, honey. Of course she walks away. Come here, Buddha. Fucking Buddha. All right, listen, guys. I love you. Thank you so much for hanging out. My name is Tara Devlin. I appreciate it. And I will tell your friends. Invite your friends to come to our show here on Fridays. It's getting ridiculous here. All right. I love you. I'm only kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding about I love you. I'm kidding that I'm yelling at you. And I gotta go to bed. Look at me. I'm tired. Getting old here. I'm feeling old. I'm feeling a little old. I don't know. I'm in a mood. I will. Good night, Haku. Good night. And I will see you. I will see you during the week. I will. I promise. I love you.